Welcome to the Fear and Greed Daily Interview. I'm Sean Aylmer. Many of us have enjoyed attending business expos from time to time. You get to see special guests, experts and speakers sharing information. You get to experience and examine the products and professions that most interest you. And perhaps even more importantly, you meet people that can help you do your job better. Of course, behind all of that expo experience is a business, and for those who do it well, sometimes a very large business. In 2022, as the world progressively pushes the restrictions of COVID away, I wanted to hear more about the business model of exhibitions or expos, how they fared during COVID, and how they're positioned for the future. Craig Macfarlane is the Managing Director of Terrapinn Australia, which is putting on the Accounting Business Expo in Sydney starting tomorrow. Fear and Greed is a partner of the Expo. Craig, welcome to Fear and Greed.
Thank you.
So, in short, how did you manage COVID?
That's a difficult one. Well, for a business like ours, we were really badly impacted. We run lots of different shows, and for some of our shows it was more difficult than others because we were about to run those shows when COVID hit. There's a couple of shows where we were closed down, or it wasn't us, it was the venue was basically closed down just 1 week before the show was due to run. So you can imagine we've already done all the marketing. It takes us a year to organize an event. So, we've got our staff organizing everything, making all the sales, all the marketing for the whole year. The venue's been paid, the audiovisual's been paid, everything's been ordered. And then suddenly you just can't use the venue and everybody has to go home. So it was a disaster.
Yeah.
We didn't really know how long COVID would last. So our initial reaction was just to put everything on ice for about 3 months and then ask everybody to be patient and hang on till we decided what to do. So the first 3 months was actually fine because everybody said they'd wait those 3 months. But after 3 months, we then didn't know how long it would take, and we sort of postponed everything by about another 6 months or so. But eventually, we had to run our events. Everything's been organized, as I said. We've got all these speakers, all these exhibitors, thousands of attendees. So our next step was to try and run all of our events as virtual events. We spent months and months and a lot of money and investigation to try find some good software. And we found a platform called Swapcard, which was I think it worked really, really well for online events. Mm-hmm. This enabled us to have the conference and the trade show alongside. Mixed reviews. To be honest, our delegate numbers went up. Some of our events were having about 10,000 attendees. These events went up to 15 or 16,000 attendees. So massive increases in numbers. But the exhibitors didn't get that same feeling. So on the conference side, the speakers could speak and attendees could learn, and they enjoyed it. The numbers went up, but on the exhibition side, it was more difficult. Most exhibitors just didn't get the same interaction. You can imagine they don't get that face-to-face interaction.
Yep.
So for those companies, we had to come up with a plan, and we had a mixture of plans. Some of them, they got involved in the virtual. Others rolled over their investment to the following year. And there was a couple of companies who we just couldn't do anything for, and we ended up having to settle in some way.
So where are you up to now in terms of most of those expos back on, or are people still sticking to the virtual conferences?
Good question. We're about to run our first expo this week. So the last time we ran an event was November 2019.
Wow.
So very excited and nervous because our first event is running this week.
This is the Accounting Business Expo?
Yes, the Accounting Business Expo starting on Thursday. The numbers look great. People are excited to meet each other for the first time face-to-face again. But to be honest, from our side, I obviously am nervous. We don't know how many people will arrive on the day. It's a free event. Mm-hmm. And I'm hoping that everybody that's registered does put in the effort to arrive on the day. It should be great. People are going to the pubs, people are going to the movies, people are back at other events. So I'm hoping they come back to business events.
Yeah, I'm sure they will. The thing about expos, I suppose I didn't go to them for many years. And then when I started going, I realised one of the great benefits of expos is it takes you out of your day-to-day job and you get to sort of immerse yourself in the subject that the expo is about, and you're listening to people who are very smart about those subjects. It kind of gives you great thinking time. Like I think about expos. Not that you do it every week, but when you do go, you walk away just with different views on the subject matter that you're thinking about? And I often think it's the thinking time it gives you more than anything else.
Oh, definitely. I mean, I guess people sometimes don't even know what they don't know.
Yeah.
But you
Yeah.
walk around an event like this where there's hundreds of solution providers and you network with your customers and your industry colleagues and friends, and it gives you time out, as you say, to think. And by the end of it, well, I know for myself and people I've spoken to, you feel motivated, you found ideas, and at the beginning of the event, you don't even know what you're looking for.
Yeah.
But you walk away feeling inspired, I guess.
Stay with me, Craig. We'll be back in a minute. My guest this morning is Craig Macfarlane, Managing Director of Terrapinn Australia. I mean, you've been in this industry for 20 years or so. What makes, and let's talk about expos, because you've got one on this week, starting tomorrow. What makes a great expo?
I guess it's about matching the audience. We do a lot of marketing to target the right types of people. And if you get enough of the same minded people in one place, it creates energy. So if you have a big audience, but also the right audience and, people who are selling stuff and wanting to meet new customers, meet the right people, and those people are looking for information, there's a lot of synergies, and I think that's what makes it exciting. There's a certain amount of fun in it as well.
Yeah.
We have a drinks reception, there's a lot of networking and coffee drinking and excitement on site. And, if you think about it, especially now after COVID, but even before COVID, there's not many times in the year where the whole industry gets together at one time under one roof. And, I think that's what makes it exciting.
Yeah, I mean, the best ones to me, you have obviously the audience, but then you've got sponsors and exhibitors and speakers. And when they're all got some sort of simpatico with each other, it's quite invigorating, I suppose, is the word.
Yeah, it certainly is. Our type of events also, we're not aligned to any particular peak body or publication, or we're not selling a particular message. Our events are neutral. And so therefore everybody's invited. I mean, one of the best expos I've been to is actually overseas, the Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas, which, runs for, I don't know, a full week or something. You see it on the news every January. People travel from all over the world and it gets literally hundreds of thousands of people. And it's so big, people have to drive in cars from hotel to hotel to visit everything. It's
Wow.
Amazingly big. And you see all the new stuff that's coming out for the year. We don't have events that large in Australia, but, the same sort of buzz you do get in Australia. We've got some fantastic events in Australia. I'd like to think that we organise some of those events.
Well, tell me about the event starting tomorrow, Thursday. So that's the Accounting Business Expo, the first one in 2.5 years or so, you're saying?
Yeah, I mean, this is the largest event of its type in Australia, and it's all about the fast-changing world of accounting and business and finance and money. The accounting sector, just like any other sector, is undergoing change. Everything's moving to the cloud and digitization of everything. And accountants, either accountants that are working in businesses or accountants that are working at accounting practices, are looking for ways to perform their jobs faster and more accurately, and I suppose more easily meet regulatory requirements, etc. And so this is the event to go to meet all the movers and shakers in this industry. But it's more than just accountants as well. It's also finance people and just business people in general. If you're a small business owner or even a large business manager looking for ways to improve your business, this is the place to go. There's also this year, there's a lot of new information. When we put an event together, we do a lot of research of what the audience might want to hear. And this year, there's a lot of information on cryptocurrencies and e-invoicing. The ATO will be there, for example, explaining the new rules around e-invoicing. And these are changes that all businesses need to know. And how would you find out this sort of information if you didn't go to an event like this, where you can ask experts questions and get answers on the spot?
Well, good luck with the Accounting Business Expo. It's in Sydney, is that right? Starting tomorrow?
Yes, starts in Sydney with a 9:00 start, I believe, on Thursday. It runs all Thursday and Friday.
Fantastic. Well, good luck with it. And thank you, Craig, for talking to Fear and Greed.
Thank you.
That was Craig Macfarlane, Managing Director of Terrapinn Australia. This is the Fear and Greed Daily Interview. Join us every morning for the full episode of Fear and Greed, Australia's most popular business podcast. I'm Sean Aylmer. Enjoy your day.